opinion. I'm just saying I highly disagree.
I'm not saying it's a very good opinion. I know that. There's no reason
That movie
behind
with
it.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, the proposal.
Yeah.
Yep. She's attractive in that. She's attractive in most things.
Yeah,
she
she's not
does.
an ugly person, just in her soul.
And with that, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of the Dirty Water Gamescast for the week of February 18th, 2019. I'm your host, Brian Thomas, alongside the politician himself, Brandon Cox.
What up?
And the Beacon of Light, Anthony Salvatore.
Hello.
God Mike back there, Stephen Sal.
Hello.
And Brandon hates Sandra Bullock.
It's a good lead off.
So Brandon,
Probably going to be the title.
can you actually tell us why you hate Sandra Bullock? Give us the elevator pitch.
It's because I rewatched, not through my own fruition, the movie The Net. If you're gonna watch it, good luck. It's a 90s movie about the internet, so you know it's very on point.
Yep.
And I saw a lot, and I just associated with the movie, and then now I don't.
So you've got like a Pavlov's
It's a
dog
beautiful
thing
looking
going on.
But instead of hating the movie,
He hates Sandra Bullock.
But I
you
do
hate women. We got
Whoa.
you.
Jesus, no, I do hate the movie.
But who's the main actor on that? then?
Sandra Bullock.
No, like
She's on the fucking cover.
Who else is in the movie?
I couldn't tell you, just her face.
So why was the but if there's other actors in it, why was the focus on her?
Well, she's the main.
She's the main
Yeah,
character.
but there's but there's other people you could. Do you hate any other
look at
person in that
this.
film besides?
I
Sandra
couldn't even
Bullock?
tell you who's in it. Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
1995.
I mean, I'm
about
not.
the internet.
I don't know.
Was it 2
Like,
days old?
I watched the other guys and like Mark Wahlberg sucks, but Will Ferrell's hilarious in it.
She's very attractive, Brandon, and she's a great actress. I don't know why you don't like her.
I'm sure she is.
Denim jacket. You can't beat that.
You can't beat that. You know what else you can't beat, Steve?
Classic 90s.
A Nintendo Direct just popping out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's
Was a
what we're going to be
surprise.
talking about this week on the Dirty Water Gamescast. So we've got the rundown here of what Nintendo announced yesterday during their Direct. They held it 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
Thursday.
No. Oh, yeah, Wednesday, because today's Thursday.
Right.
So as of the recording, it was February 13th. And right off the bat, they come out strong. They come out
Yeah.
swinging with Super Mario Maker 2, right?
Kind of shocked by that.
Yeah.
It was-
Well, I think a lot of us were kind of expecting maybe a port, like a deluxe version of the game.
Yeah, of the previous one from the Wii.
Yeah, and
Wii U.
that's what I was kind of expecting. And now it looks like they've done a lot of like little tweaks, little things for quality of life stuff, right? So
They took all the complaints from the first one, just went, look, we fixed everything.
the first thing that they show off, right, is Mario trying to like jump over a bunch of spiked turtles or whatever, and he dies. And then they're like, all right, we'll get rid of that and just make a slope because slopes weren't in Mario Maker 1. So now they added that, and then like all of the things that people
Weren't
have
in-
been complaining about, like you said,
They
they
updated,
just
yeah.
showed in the video. They just showed like, hey, we're fixing that, we're fixing this. Also, little hints of maybe multiplayer because
I got they have the cats, so I knew they put the most recent Mario in it.
well, the Super Mario
3D
3D World.
You're correct.
So you have that. You have the cat suit in it. You also see Luigi in the cat suit.
You get the clear pipes.
You get the clear pipes. Oh, very nice, Steve. Also, yep.
It's a
And
change.
then I'm wondering if there's going to be more art styles as well because they only showed off the new Super Mario Brothers 3D World one. I'm hoping for maybe a Yoshi's Island one. That would be
That's-
really cool, right?
That might be out of the.
It might be out of the realm of possibility, but
Who knows? They are going
knows?
pretty hardcore with what they're filling the game with.
They should throw Paper Mario in there.
That'd be fucking.
that'd be a
awesome.
great art style to do. Even if it was like you didn't have the dimensions, if you just had the side
Just
scrolling,
if you had it
Yeah.
look like Paper Mario.
that would be great.
Dude, a side scrolling Paper Mario would be awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
And just people
Wow.
creating
A good
levels.
Paper Mario game would be awesome.
Also true.
Again.
Did they announce when this is coming out?
Yeah, it's coming out in June.
Yeah, June.
Yeah, which I thought was a little strange too because new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe just came out in January.
Correct.
So you have two 2D Mario games within like 5 months of each other. I thought it was a little strange, but
They're
hey,
crushing it.
they're
Got to make room
I mean,
for Metroid
Odyssey
Prime 4.
didn't really come out. It was only a year ago.
Or 5.
Mario's been pretty.
a year. Well, it was 2017, but like even
Yeah.
still, like that is a close span. I wasn't really expecting. I was expecting it to be announced and then maybe January of next year. But it's like coming in hot this year.
Yeah.
Like this Nintendo Direct really focused on 1 new IPs and 2 new games. They didn't show us anything on Animal Crossing. They didn't show us anything on Luigi's Mansion 3. They didn't
Bayonetta
show
3.
us anything that we already know about, really.
Yeah.
Was Luigi's Mansion?
But I'm
3 announced?
assuming they're saving this
So
for.
I'm way behind. But they're going to
E3.
save it E3, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, who knows?
I mean, I can only imagine what their direct for E3 is because you took care of like the stuff, like a lot of stuff now, and then like the
Guys,
big
it's
guns
going to
come
be
out.
all Metroid Prime 4.
You
I could
might
see,
get.
I wouldn't suggest. I wouldn't guess that you're getting anything on Metroid Prime 4. Like you're not getting a gameplay or a teaser. What you're going to get is information. They're going to tell you, hey,
You get an update.
because
I
yeah,
think they're
you're
going to show a video.
I don't think so. It's way too early. It's only you have to remember, right? So let's say they decide to cancel it in January and tell people in January. So they probably canceled it at least at the very earliest 3 months ago, maybe 6. So you only have 6 to 9 months of development time. I don't think that that's going to work.
You might get a name.
I think you'll get maybe you get a name, maybe you get hey, this is
Metroid
what
Prime
we're doing.
4.
Well, like Echoes was what's corruption.
I mean, I guess.
Like,
No, you're
whatever.
right.
You talking about E3 this year? I mean,
Yeah.
because I think it's gonna be a very lackluster E3 to be
On
honest.
who's
So,
well
we're
for
talking-
Sony,
we're
yes, because
talking
Sony pulled
Nintendo.
out.
well, Sony's already out, so they could do one
You
of two
always wanna
things,
pull
right?
out, especially on Valentine's Day.
Nice. They can do one of two things. Either
Yes.
they can use the time they have with Sony being out, and whoever else pulls out or whatever happens
Yep.
with that,
Always
to
pull
really
out.
to really maximize their spot, or they're just like
Choice words.
everybody will just like, we're just gonna throw our
I
B
don't
tier
think so.
level stuff in there.
I think I think we're kind of getting off the rails here, but I want to say that I think that with E3, you're gonna get Microsoft and Nintendo trying to make the most of it without Sony being there.
Yeah.
So they're gonna maybe not show off their big guns, but really try to have a presence there because Sony isn't there, and maybe Sony's trying to make a statement saying like, hey, E3 isn't needed. It isn't as popular as it once was, but
Well, they think they're. I think they think they're
Better?
bigger than they are. Like especially
could-
pulling
it
out of
could
the
never.
whole fucking thing.
it could blow back in their face for sure.
Yeah, I think that's what's more likely. I mean, I get the.
I also think it might go with the new system. Like they don't
oh,
have.
maybe
they've
they're
also
trying to create
spoken-
the suspense for the.
They also throw PXX, which is usually done in December. So they might be waiting. Maybe they don't have anything to show. And they're just like, hey, you know what? We don't have anything to show. We're not going to waste money being there.
Well, I know they shifted development on most games to the next system.
Yeah, the
Also-
PS5 is in
Also, if you don't have anything to show, you're probably going to get more press by not showing up.
bingo. Steve, now you're
I was
cooking
thinking
with
what
dirty
Sony's-
grease fire. Anyways, moving on with the Nintendo Direct, they also talked a little bit about Super Smash Brothers. Their 3.0 update has been detailed. We got an update release date for the DLC Joker character from Persona 5.
Yep.
Right. That's coming in April.
Spring. Just said spring, right?
I thought they said at the end of April, if I'm not mistaken. They also
Which
showed
should-
off.
Actually, maybe he might have said.
They also showed off Pokemon Trainer, Simon
amiibos,
Belmont,
yeah.
Snake, Bulbasaur or Ivysaur, and Squirtle.
Yeah, didn't you?
Amiibos.
Charizard already have one.
Charizard already got one, yeah. And then they showed off Box Boy plus Box Girl. I've never been a fan.
The puzzle. I've never played them, but apparently they're good. They're good puzzle games.
They always remind me. Do you remember the TI-83 Plus calculators?
Yeah.
There was a game on that was preloaded on those things, and you literally just had to move boxes around. It looks just like it. I swear to God that like the people
That were making that game was like, oh, let's just fucking.
let's just steal this idea.
It-
It looks exactly
It
like
looked
it.
a little bit more extensive towards the end with the puzzle. Like in the beginning, you're like, yeah, it's just like, dude, he's just moving fucking boxes. This is stupid. And then you're like, yeah, maybe it's a little more complicated with the two people playing and like the different shape of the box is
Nah,
a
I'm just-
rectangle.
Whatever. And then there was a few other announcements. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is getting new DLC. And then they also showed off Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. They showed off new characters, the Defender Squad, and I want to say Captain Marvel. They showed off.
Yes, that was the new character they were talking about.
Yep. Let's see. They also talked about Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is
As Castlevania.
basically Castlevania.
Although the background graphics to that look fucking.
It looks a little weird because
It does well. Look, when someone does that, it always looks weird 'cause it's like 3D real, like realistic graphics, but there are two.
looks like Shadow Complex, right? Like if you took Shadow Complex's art style and like
put that into.
Gothic Transylvania, is really what I like.
The outcome of the.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got. It's a product of baby fucking. That's what it is.
I'm sorry, I was kind of
Yeah,
in and out there.
In and out. I saw you out of the corner.
And then
of
I
my
heard
eye.
baby fucking.
I had to bring you. I had
I was
to
like,
bring you right in. Andrew, are you interested in
Bloodstained.
Bloodstained?
I think I already own it.
No, you probably owned the like the 8-bit version of it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so that was free if you pre-ordered this game.
Got ya.
So you could
Might-
buy it separately.
It might have been separately.
Okay.
Might have
Then
been a bundle.
they showed off Tetris 99.
This is what you got.
Oh man.
Rock out on?
Yeah, so let me just tell you right now. So Tetris 99 is a new free-to-play twist on the classic Tetris game. It is a battle royale Tetris game. It's basically
Everybody's doing it.
It pits you against 98 other Tetris players, and you're all playing Tetris at the same time. So if you're doing well, you're putting gray blocks underneath.
Your level type. So they.
The other people's levels.
Oh, all right.
So like if you're doing well, you're putting gray blocks underneath and raising it up, and then if other people are doing it well, it's attacking you. Also, the game is out right now. It was announced yesterday, and it was ready to go last night.
I was kind of said. I would love to hear like a voice chat on just trash talking Tetris.
Oh, there's way too many people. The 99 people in the Discord. No fucking way.
True. Back at, yeah.
I feel like Tetris making a comeback.
I
It's
don't know.
always been around.
It never.
Yeah.
Well,
needs
no,
to
but
make a
we never
comeback. It's
talked
always
about
around.
it. But like,
It's a
with
new
this,
take on Tetris.
And then with the VR,
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying because like Tetris Effect and now Tetris 99. I want to say like I really enjoy it. I think the highest I've gotten is place like 16.
It's not bad. Not top 10, but
Not top 10, but I've only played like under 8 games. So I'm not too. Apparently, I'm not that great at Tetris. I thought I was decent.
compared to everyone else, I mean, here maybe.
but
then
16 out of 99.
This is World
16 out of 99.
99. Yeah.
It was 99 the top.
No,
The
no, no. So
bottom.
the bottom. So like
Top's one.
If you were playing
Okay,
with
yeah.
99 people and you were the first one knocked out, you got placed 99th.
Okay, so you were 16th out of 99.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just
That's
took
towards the good end, I would say. Right?
Yeah, but I thought I was like the first game I got knocked out at like 90 or 86.
It takes a minute. I mean,
And I was
the-
like,
yeah.
"Oh, I'm bad at Tetris."
It takes practice. You gotta
Yeah,
get back
okay,
into
yeah,
that shit.
But yeah, after a little while
Yeah.
you kind of get used to it
The
and
groove of like how they have you ever seen competitive Tetris?
Oh, it's just-
they're insane with the movements.
also what
Never seen
annoys me the most is it's not the gray blocks that shoot up from the bottom. So
Oh,
like
to push yours higher.
yeah, so that happens, but also this it kind of warns you at the bottom of the screen. It's like watch out, watch out, watch out.
I'm
And
I'm losing.
when
It's
that's
like,
happening, randomly, the piece that you have automatically shoots down.
oh really?
So, like, let's say, for example, if you have, you have a block, you just need, you have
You
the
said straight- you need
the
a straight
straight
block,
line.
yep.
You're going to make a Tetris, right? And then you start moving it to the right. If it happens,
It just shoots.
it just shoots it straight down. That's the thing. That's the one thing I really dislike about the game because no matter how good you are at Tetris,
that can fuck anybody over.
that throws a wrench into like anybody's plans.
Yeah, I really don't like that.
There should be 2 different modes. You can have that one or not have that one.
I wouldn't. Who would the fuck would ever want that
Some
one?
people like the challenge. I don't know. There's some freaks out
The
there.
gray blocks, though, you can get rid of. So if you're really good and
Right,
you
yeah,
clean
yeah,
it
yeah.
out, because it's not
Oh,
perfect.
once it turns back. So once you clear everything out from your
So you have the gray blocks at the bottom, right? But it's not full. So it'll have like
Like,
one
so-
line. So if you have a perfect line and you line it up, you get rid of all of those gray blocks, or the lines of blocks.
So you could, so you can still.
You can still recover for sure, and I've done it. But what really fucks me is the dropping of the.
The,
Yeah, it's
the
not
random
cool. They better
fucking-
fix that.
I don't think they will. I think that's like
The mechanic.
unfortunately.
If you get enough complaints, they might.
To be fair, yeah. Or you could, like Steve said, was it you or Steve that said the game mode, the different game mode?
Let me. Don't let me in.
Well, hey, fair enough, whatever. But yeah, so far I'm really liking it. I actually bought the Nintendo Online service just to play it.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't think it's like I said it before for the service. $20 wasn't really.
I also started playing River City Ransom because that's on.
It's on. Yeah.
It's on the NES. And I was showing Tia, my wife, and she was just like, "This looks like a 2D violent Grand Theft Auto game," and I was like,
Before GTA.
"No." And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, a little bit."
No, because what's the story plot of?
It's side tangent.
Your thoughts.
River City Ransom, you play as a high school student who is going to beat up other high school students who stole your girlfriend.
That's legit.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's
bully.
I don't want to spoil it, but don't you have to fight your girlfriend at the end, or like
No,
fight?
you're thinking of Double Dragon. You have to fight each other over the
Figures
girl.
he goes straight to the woman beating game.
Wow,
Mr. Man
Brandon.
hates women over there.
Strike two.
No, it's
Jesus.
brothers fighting for the same person.
I'm sure you picture it
Was
as
it?
Sandra Bullock,
That was
right?
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon, you have to fight each other. Yeah. Anyway,
With
so
your brother? No,
moving
yeah,
off
go.
of Tetris and continuing on with the
Direct.
Nintendo Direct, they showed off Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered
the
is
Switch.
coming to the Switch.
Yes.
Brennan, is this the game that's going to make you buy a Switch?
No.
Whoa.
No,
Let me just bring this
well-
up, though. You cannot have 100% completion on all Assassin's Creeds unless you get this.
One, I don't have that.
Now you don't, but you were trying to achieve it.
No, I was trying to achieve it in one game.
Oh. Anyways, so this is coming May 21st, and it's including Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, the PS Vita exclusive.
And I want to mention, when you buy the season pass, though, you get
comes with it.
Yes.
Yep. So you'll be getting it for Xbox One, right?
Now, is it automatic?
Well, you get it for free because you bought
Well, I don't know if I have to like buy it, like not buy it, but like it's this is free for you because you have.
You
this.
have to go to the store once
put
it's
it in the-
released, and
yeah.
it'll be a download. Because you have the season pass,
Or they
unless
gave
it
you-
auto updates.
Unless they gave you a code.
Yeah.
They might have emailed you a code or something.
They're
And then,
not that good.
for the Nintendo Direct, they droned on for 8 hours about Fire Emblem Three Houses.
They did.
So, Anthony,
It's a big game of the
I defer to you on this.
on the Fire Emblem.
This
It's a-
looks like Harry Potter meets Fire Emblem, which you
Well-
may be able to tug on my nerd strings here and maybe get me to play this.
Because it's Harry. I don't think I think the whole first thing was like the show, because obviously you saw the ending of it was something bigger was going. Because I was like, this is stupid. I was like, I don't want to play a Fire Emblem if I'm just teaching fucking kids.
So
I want to deal with kids.
you play as 3 different teachers,
No,
or you
you
play
teach-
as 3 different
you're,
students.
so you're a teacher that tells you like you have a special power, and then they seek you to train train kids like
Okay.
warriors from each group, and then once you don't really team up with anyone, but then like obviously something happens within the story that probably escalates it to where like you either die or someone's trying to look to steal your power.
I'm Team Red all the way.
Blue.
Yeah, Blue Lions. I go Team Red because it's Gryffindor. Duh.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan anyway.
Duh.
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 Team Red.
What was
they
yellow?
don't have
Oh,
yellow is
Pokemon.
Hufflepuff.
This is Pokemon.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you're. But it is yellow is the third one. They don't have Slytherin though. They don't have a green team.
Team
which
Valor, baby.
Yeah, I was Mystic, but anyways. So are you interested in this?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Yeah. Do you have Fire Emblem Warriors?
Yeah.
Is it any good, or is it just another?
Well, I know
it's side
Yeah,
tangent,
yeah.
but-
But so, like I said, when I spoke of Hyrule Warriors, those games are fantastic.
Okay.
Like just like like I said, the
For
benefit
what
of
they
the,
are.
Yeah, for the benefit of the Zelda one, like I said, when Skyward Sword came out, it's a piece of shit.
All right.
This came out.
I'm gonna-
Let me just go. Like the story for this was better than Skyward Sword, and I was like, oh, and it was
Wouldn't take
shocking.
much.
Yeah, but I was like, it was shockingly better than I thought. And the like end game stuff for it. I haven't even cleared one fucking map, and they do a map from each generation of Zelda that you get to play as and get characters from. So I thought that was super cool, like along with the story. So like, I haven't even think I'm halfway through. I'm not even close. So the content I got for that was great.
Back to Three Houses though, they did delay this because they said it was supposed to come in spring.
Yeah.
And now it's delayed to July, which is only a couple months, but it's still kind of like, oh.
I think we spoke last week. I think the timeline of where their games are set up I don't have a problem because like it's Yoshi's coming out and you get that March. Seems
Yep.
like they have the lineup for like some Smash stuff in April. May's filled with Damon X Machina, should be roughly. I think it said summer. People were thinking May. June you have Mario Maker, and then July. So you get a big game
Yeah.
each
Oh,
month. So
they've
they're
got
kind of
they're really kind of lining their ducks.
like I'm
very
not
nicely
like it's
right
like I'm
now.
looking forward to it, but it's just like Switch is doing well, so I get the benefit of like it's not like I don't have anything to play.
Yeah, that's true. Also, they showed off Hellblade Susuna's Sacrifice. Are you going to double dip on this? Are you going to get it again?
I might. Physical. It looked. If that was the graphics from the trailer,
It looks pretty good.
it looked better than I thought it would on the Switch.
Okay. I don't know if this will. I don't know if.
If you haven't, the thing is, if you haven't played it, I would definitely. If there's like an opportunity to play it, just to try it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'd just get it on sale from like PSN
PlayStation.
or Xbox. They also showed off Deltarune and Undertale. It's coming to the Switch on
Exclusive.
January 28th with
free.
Chapter 1 of Undertale, the follow-up, being downloaded for free. So I don't know what Deltarune and Undertale is. Like, I know what they are, but I've never played them. I've never really watched videos on them.
So Deltarune's weird because it's chapter based. Undertale is just a like it's a twist on Earthbound. It's just like this unique RPG that like no one had ever done. It like has like troll bosses where like the health is 99999. You can only do 1 damage, but you're supposed to kill it with like love.
Oh,
It's like a
okay.
special, like it'll say attack and then it'll say like kiss them. And it's just one of those stupid things. And it's like, oh, you KO'd the boss in 1 hit. So it's just like a troll RPG with like these unique and cool elements. And the art style is different from something
That's pretty
kind of
awesome.
never been done. Deltarune, all I noticed they showed the dog just cluttering the screen.
Yep. So look forward to that if that's something that you're interested in. They also showed off Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy VII is coming March 26th, and Final Fantasy IX is available
Now,
now.
right?
And then Chocobo Mystery Dungeon is on March 2nd. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's whatever.
Brandon might pick that up.
No, that just sounds like a weird game.
It is probably a weird
Welcome
game.
to the Chocobo Mystery Dungeon.
They also showed off Yoshi's Crafted World a little bit, and then they announced the demo. And
Yeah.
I downloaded it and played it. Have you downloaded it or
I
played
haven't
it at all?
no, I was going to download. So I was at work when I did this, and actually, I didn't realize you couldn't download while play something else that also took the internet connection.
Okay.
So it literally idled. Both of them were idling, and then I got home and then did
Gotcha.
Damon.
Okay, so Yoshi's Crafted World feels very similar to Woolly World. It is, it's this cute, cuddly Yoshi game that is super simple, but still fun. You can't help but really smile when you're playing the game. It's side-scrolling, very simple. It's very it's the Yoshi Kirby formula. You know what I mean? Like, all the games are very similar.
But to be Yoshi does it. I mean,
Well, Yoshi always does it better than Kirby, obviously, but
pink piece of shit.
that goes without saying. But in this one, what is actually pretty fun and unique is that it plays with perspective, and so you can kind of running left to right, but then you can also kind of go into the foreground and into the background.
I don't imagine this is also like Paper Mario did that, where it's like
Yeah.
cut in like paper mache. You get like scissors and you just cut the tree like a hole in the tree and you just walk to the other side of the map type deal.
Exactly. So you can go on the opposite side of like a building that you once jumped on, or like a small thing that you jumped on, because everything is crafted. So it's very Tearaway-esque. So I don't know if you guys have played Tearaway on the Vita or on the PS4, but it's very similar to that, where it's just you're playing on one side of the camera's following you, but then you can go on the back side of things and
Like find hidden crap,
find
yeah.
hidden stuff, but also in between the foreground and the background. Like, let's say there's one level in the demo that you get to a point where you either have to go up or down. So you're kind of coming closer to the foreground and you can see everything in the background, but there's like this field in the middle, right? So there's 2 paths, but in between those 2 paths is a field with a bunch of other stuff. And Yoshi, taking his eggs, can aim, and you can throw your egg all the way into the background. So there's lots of like little hidden things that you can find where...
Yeah, it seems like it'd be more extensive, like more things you could play with this kind of...
Yeah, it's really interesting. I really thought, I wasn't expecting to have as much fun as I did with the demo. The demo was really short. It was only 1 level. But when
Really?
you finish the level, you encounter Poochie, which is his like little dog friend.
As a crafted form instead of the woolly...
Yeah, so it's like very similar to Yoshi, and what it gives you the option, like, hey, do you want to go find them or do you want to go back to the world map? Like, let's find them. Fuck it. And then the camera pans around, so now what
just
was
flip-
the foreground
is now
the background, and you can see the backside of all of the buildings, which are all like cardboard with tape. It's not painted or anything, so you can see like cardboard with paintings, like tape and
it's
stuff,
like someone made something
or
and
like
made
hot glue that you can kind of see the edges on. So like if I was to make something and I was like, here is the prop
Press it.
piece,
Yeah.
and now you saw it from the backside, that's exactly what it looks like. And then you're traversing the world as Yoshi through that kind of like you're still getting some of like the
behind
nice
the scenes.
Yeah,
type.
you're still getting some of the nice stuff, but you're also getting all of the behind the scene things, which are actually really, really interesting.
So I meant to. So the overlay, because they could always do a sweet like world, like an open world, crafty world. Because
Mm-hmm.
you make like one huge map that's a giant crafted thing, and as you walk further, you can kind of get to it. I don't know if this one they did like you pick the level and then
It's very
it's the same board game type.
Yeah, it's very similar to your traditional Mario, where it's just like World 1-1, World 1-2, World 1-3.
Because when you said that, that made like that's this like the coolest idea for like this open world. Like everything's crafted, it's open world, and it's just everything's keep crafted in the foreground, and you don't
you
have
should
to.
play Tearaway.
Cause that's how it's done.
Yeah, on the PS4. Vita's cool, but
PS4's
PS4 is, I would say,
I mean,
easier
I don't
for
know
you
on a
to.
Vita.
Yeah,
They don't knock the price down.
yeah, they never will. But I really enjoyed it. I was fully on board to get the game. After playing it, I realized like what kind of game it is, and I don't know if I'll get it right away, but it's definitely a purchase for me.
Got it.
Because the difficulty is really simple. It's really easy.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah.
But that's kind of like that comes with the territory. I'm sure it gets more difficult the more the time
It
like,
was yeah,
progresses. But
it was more like the Super Mario Brothers, like the new ones. Like to beat the game, it's fairly easy to 100%, and I guess is where the difficulty comes in.
yeah, and excuse me, there are. I thought it was interesting because there are those like from Yoshi's Island, the flowers. You know what I'm talking about? It's like sunflowers almost.
That you pick up for
They're your life token
That's
in the original Yoshi's Island.
Got ya.
You can pick. There's like mini goals in each one, right? So it's like collect 100 coins, easy enough to do. Find, like you can find them. They're hidden in the world. There's 5 of them, right? So it's you find all 5 of them. So you find all 5. That's great, and then you collect 100 coins. But then there's also 20 red coins that you have to find, and then there's also another objective. So each time that you play through a level, you could get up to 8. And I think you have to get enough flowers to unlock new levels.
Got you.
So I don't think you can just progress through, run through it, and just all right. I made it to the finish line.
They made that true for Woolly World. I remember the bonus stuff was the yarn colors, and what you got was you got a new colored Yoshi.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
For this one, I think you still needed to find or beat.
You can unlock. They're kind of like life rafts, like when you go and swimming. You know what I'm talking about, like tubes. But it's like Yoshi will be wearing a Mario tube or something weird like that. Or like
I want a different crafted Yoshis.
yeah, I would too. I much preferred like the different colored yarn
Someone
Yoshis
drew him
and
as an
things
actual
like that.
dinosaur or something cool like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or like super boxy like Lego ones or something. That'd
That'd be fucking sweet.
That would be really cool. But
That's not. Yeah, we're not.
that's
We didn't
you
make
know,
the game.
We're armchair designers.
Yeah.
We're just spitballing here. But also they also showed off Daemon Ex Machina, right?
They did.
And you played the demo. I have it downloaded, but I haven't finished it. I haven't played it.
Got ya. Yeah. So this is just a mech game where you go around. So you're a mercenary. You just go around. It gives you a few missions. I think 3. First mission, it just gives you the basic tutorials of how you move the kind of mechanic. So like the suits actually attach you. So I don't know if you've ever seen like Gundam or G Gundam, where like you put your arms into like a thing into like, and then it
You kind of
move the
that
motion
arm.
with
Yep.
it.
Like an Iron Man suit.
No, because Iron Man like it's more towards
Or like Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim would work.
Yeah.
Correct. Didn't see the movie, so that's kind of what they did. Didn't give background story, kind of threw you right in the mission, and so they have one kind of main flaw with it, and it's the ground to aerial like movement. I think it's the biggest.
What do you mean? Like if you're in the mech on the ground?
So like you start off flying and like you'd have to boost and fly forward, but they have a problem where like the level of which you stay at, you increasingly go down. Like normally it doesn't set it at a set.
Do you have to sprint and then press a button and then press another button?
Fuck you, Brandon.
He's bad with that.
Yeah.
But like when you're on the ground, and this is the best part, it's extremely fluid. Like the movement that he has on the ground is like it's super fast. It reminded me of like Sin and Punishment, where like it's just that constant movement, and you can shoot because it auto
It's
aims.
funny that you mentioned Sin and Punishment because there's another
future,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
there's a future title that looks very similar to that. But so it feels good on the ground. Does it feel clunky up in the air?
On the air, it's a little bit clunkier. This is where I think. I mean, the guy asked on the direct, like he's looking for feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that's something. And he had like I'd compare it to like the Xenoverse had this problem.
Okay.
Where if you fly up, you can set it to the movement, but if you want to go somewhere else, the movements aren't as smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
What?
Not to interrupt, but did you ever play Zone of Enders?
Way back, I have.
Yeah.
Yes,
This seems very similar.
I
it?
mean,
They're both mech games,
Mm-hmm.
but besides the fact, it's kind of like
I'm assuming so a lot of it probably has to do with people love customizing robots.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is where the game's main attraction is. Like if custom robo, stuff like that. Like if you could customize Gundam, it's people in Japan's dream. So the main focus was probably more feedback on the mechanics of the game to make sure it played well.
Did they allude anything to the story?
Yes.
Like
The somewhat. Like I said, you're a band of mercenaries, and then something like you have the boss fight, and so you're obviously fighting people making like it's like criminals. They're making like giant machines that are supposed to. I mean, I don't remember the name of them because typical.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
Were you having fun playing it? It seems like you're
You're
middle of the road.
It's middle of the road with stuff like that, especially flying movements. Its main focus kind of is that.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was with like Anthem. I thought Anthem was really great in a lot of aspects, but the flying was the main attraction of that, and then it kind of fell short.
Like if you got the movements on the ground that you could do, like it's just like you want a constant movement where like you don't want to be locked on something and then target it and like fly towards it directly. You just want a free roam type, like 360 motion where you can circle it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It didn't have that in the air. Like I said,
Okay.
it's more of that whole like it directly goes towards the target.
I don't like that.
So it's it could definitely use that.
It seems a little cumbersome.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
I'd like a more free roam type shooting.
Is this a purchase for you, or are you going to have to wait and see?
I got to see updates on it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
See where it kind of goes.
Another game that I felt was right up your alley, Astral Chains, or Chain, whatever the fuck.
That looked like Sin and Punishment.
That looked exactly like Sin and Punishment. It was basically police force or SWAT force
which has
made by Platinum.
So first, I thought Sin and Punishment. Then I saw like the police thing in the beginning. I was like, "Is this Resident Evil?" For a second.
I saw it and I was like, this looks very Sin and Punishment-esque. And because a lot of people were saying that prior to the direct, there was an IP that was going to have a resurrection that was thought to be dead. And I was like, oh, Sin and Punishment. Okay, like that hasn't had a game in a while.
The Wii.
Yeah, I know, but that's over 10 years
Yeah.
ago. Like at
is
this
true.
point, I'm like, all right, cool. Like,
What do we got?
what do we got here? And then it's Astral Chain by Platinum.
Which was weird because obviously people also said they were expecting Bayonetta 3 because
Yeah.
the same guys, the guy directs Bayonetta 3 is also doing this.
So, I mean, they're busy over there for sure, but I hope that they're not spreading themselves too thin. But this new game looks great. It's like very,
It is what's cyberpunk? It's cyberpunk.
It's
but 27
cyberpunk.
just Japanese style.
yeah, it's like anime Cyberpunk 2077. It is really kind of what it looks like. Beat 'em up, hack and slash, what Platinum is known for, really. The game looks really cool. Did it have it had a 2019 release date, right?
Yeah, everything
Everything
had
in
a
this
2000
direct had a 2019 release. So I mean, I think it looks cool. I'll need to see more. I'm not really a huge Platinum guy.
I'm definitely gonna look into it because if they go the route of like he fought a giant like monster at the end, which is a giant boss. So I'm wondering like if that's end game stuff or like the direction because like he said if it's just regular hack and slash, but if they mix in like a few corporations like Monster Hunter where you fight different enemies that are shaped like the designs are cool.
Yeah.
So if that's like you just materialize that like robot thing and take down beasts.
I think you're gonna get more. Me personally, I think you're gonna get it more along the lines of a Bayonetta, or like a Nier Automata.
Even Bayonetta kind of had that. Like I said before, like the enemy designs for Bayonetta were fucking sweet.
No, I'm not. What I meant was like it's gonna be a more linear story rather than like a Monster Hunter open world type of thing.
I mean, Sin and Punishment was linear. It's direct, yeah.
So we'll see. But I guess I want to say the big news that came out of this direct, or at least the big news for me, was they announced Link's Awakening
Oh, go ahead.
remake. So Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening remake, and it starts off with
The
him
raft.
on the ship, with him trying to control the ship in a crazy storm, and he gets hit by lightning. And he wakes up on the island. Have you played Link's Awakening? Oh my god, I don't even want
I
to.
saw it. You showed me the trailer.
It looks
And it
awesome.
Yeah, it looked like the
People love it.
I think it looks like a Toy Story, like Pixar Zelda. I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
a good-
it's very childlike.
I couldn't put my finger on the graphics, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
I think it looked like shit.
Yeah,
It
Steve
looked
and I
like-
had this conversation. I think you're crazy. I think
I mean,
it looks good.
I watched the trailer a few more times.
Well,
It looked better, but it's going in the direction which I hated about A Link Between Worlds.
that like top down, but still see the face.
Yeah, that 2D, 2.5D. But more than that, the graphics.
You don't-
they're weird.
Realistic, but they're not. There's something fucking weird about
do.
them.
That's
Like, they
what-
look good.
That's what I like about it, though. I think like when I think of things that are realistic but also very highly stylized, I think of like Toy Story, right? I think Toy Story looks great. If you look at Andy from Toy Story 3, he looks like a boy, but he doesn't look like a human. You know what I mean?
Well, because it's
Forever,
clean.
I
That's
don't
why I say like
remember.
that art style kind of, it can be like viewed as like generations from now. It's always, it looks clean. It's a clean.
Link's
I think-
face is fucked.
Well, I mean, have you seen Link's face in Link's Awakening?
I know, I saw that thing, but I
It
go,
looks
who
just
gives a
like
shit?
it.
Fix it. That's dumb.
Why fix it though? That's like in the
Well, the
it's-
handheld Zeldas, Link always looked the weirdest.
Well, yeah, exactly. But now
It's
you
only
have
because they
it.
couldn't draw our eyes.
But
in
it's
the
like
fucking
but it
thing.
harkens back to that now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it kind of it doesn't change it too much, but it also kind of updates it a little bit. I really like it a lot, and I'm sure a lot
I'd
of people
like to see it in
won't like
motion. Well, in person.
In person, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's like I said. I watched the trailer a few more times, and yeah, I mean it looks good to an extent, but it's a weird
Well, it couldn't look any
style.
worse than the original.
That's not like some people are making the comparison to Wind Waker, and I never really had a problem with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a terrible jump to make, but yeah, they have been for sure.
Because I always like to cell shaded, but I don't know. I don't view this art style as like a unique entity like cell shading is. I think it's like just a cartoony, realistic graphic that I don't know. I don't know. It's weird, but I mean,
I guess it's
I
kind of
look
like
to
Toon
see
Link
it.
and Smash.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the art style, but I can absolutely see where you're coming from.
I would like
'cause
to
it is
see it in person though.
it is different and new, and it is slightly strange. It's kind of got like I keep saying a Pixar, but it also all of the eyes are like jet black, like Coraline. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So it is kind of just a little weird, but the moment I saw
Well, I thought it was something else when I originally saw it.
I
did
thought
you think it was?
I thought it was going to be a handheld Zelda.
Yeah, that's
Another one, not like
not a
very
remake.
briefly,
okay.
because then I saw
well, 'cause
like
it had the Breath of the Wild Zelda.
I think that kind of
Oh,
came
okay.
up. That logo came up first, or very quickly. But then I immediately realized, like, I saw the ocean and the mountain. And I'm like, oh no, this is a Link's Awakening remake. But I really liked the quote unquote remastered artwork.
yeah. Well,
Like,
everyone
that
loves
looked
the
fun-
cover.
I was
back.
almost like,
yeah, okay.
give me that in the fucking game. I want to play
well,
that.
You probably pre-order. They might give you that poster.
Yeah, that's true too.
I also compared that game to. I was saying to Brian the CDI.
And I was like,
So-
"You're high. You're absolutely fucking
CDI
high."
one holds up.
I went back and looked up at the CDI one,
And you're
I
like,
go,
"Whoa,
okay,
memory is
no."
not serving
Well,
me
there
right
is
there.
the top down one.
Yeah,
Remember
but
that one?
it's
and
still-
it's
They're all
not
fucking
not
terrible.
like that at all, but it has a little of that where I go, what the fuck?
My big thing about this, and I talked to Steve off air about this, is if this does well, which of course it probably will,
Yeah.
you're gonna hopefully get Oracle of Ages and Seasons in the same art style.
If you're looking for, I'm just hoping this
That'd be
helps
pretty
out
dope.
all Zeldas. Like a remake of 1 and 2, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But like even this art style can go across all of those Game Boy games, and you could get this because you already have the engine. you probably have a lot of assets. It's not that difficult to make the transfer to.
I would just
Yeah.
make a new fucking handle. Who's doing this? Is it
Well, the benefit is-
strictly Nintendo? They didn't say anything.
They didn't really say anything on.
There's got to be
development.
another company.
When they're doing
though.
good, they can do whatever.
Like
the fuck they want.
I could.
Was it Grezzo?
No,
Grezzo?
Grezzo's not working on this. They probably would have had.
The fuck's?
They're the ones that ported Ocarina of Time or remade Ocarina of Time and
no.
Majora's Mask. I don't know. I think that I really want to see Oracle of Ages and Seasons, and then the unfinished third game that never came out in
That'd
that
be
series.
interesting.
So I'd like to see that if they could do it. I don't know if they can do DLC or if they can charge a full price for it. I have no idea. But that is the rundown of the Nintendo Direct. Anthony and I have obviously played a little bit of the demos here and there, but Anthony, you don't have anything else to talk about, like gameplay wise, right? Like you haven't played anything else. All right, so staying with the Nintendo theme and the Switch theme, I picked up Wargroove, which is basically a spiritual successor to Advance Wars, but instead of modern day armies and tanks and things like that, it's a fantasy, sword and shield.
A Fire Emblem.
Very much like Fire Emblem, yeah. And I know that I convinced Brandon to pick it up because he's playing it on the Xbox One, right?
$20.
$20. It's not bad.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, when did Advance Wars come out?
Like 2001,
Yeah, and I loved that game.
2003 maybe.
They made multiple.
Yeah, the first one, yeah. But anyways, what...
To be honest with you, I wish it was more machines.
Yeah,
Advanced Wars.
I would have been able to tell you that you would have preferred Advanced Wars over the...
Or just a mix, right? Because purely medieval combat.
How you
Yeah.
can mix
You know.
that? You have a fucking.
Well, I mean, it's a
tank.
fantasy
Are
world.
you thinking like steampunk?
Kind
style?
Steampunk
Kinda,
would've
yeah.
been sick.
Yeah, just like, I mean, I haven't got too far into it, but I'm assuming there's multiple factions you can play as.
As of right now, I'm only playing as the red faction.
Yeah.
Whoa. And so I've beaten the first chapter.
Yeah.
And for those of you at home that are asking, what the fuck is this game? It is a real-time strategy game. Strategy RPG, not an RPG, but a strategy game.
Do you
where-
level up?
No,
No.
you don't.
Oh, all right.
No.
So you have bases, and you can buy utilities and not utilities,
Ammo or just weapons.
mercenaries. You can buy a soldier, a pikeman, archers, cavalry. You can buy a bunch of things that you can then place onto a grid and fight enemies. So not every map you have to just defeat all of these enemies. You have to you
Get to the other location.
you
or
can
size.
get to you have to move this character to this location, or you have to take down this one barrier, or you have to capture every fortress.
boss. I remember like boss battles. It's just like you have to kill this one particular enemy or something like that.
So one that I've encountered is, finish, beat this one person or take over their castle. So it's like, all right, maybe I can I can spend a lot of units fighting her,
Or I can just race to the.
or I can just race to her, race to the castle, and each unit has its strengths and weaknesses. So for example, the pikemen are really great at taking down castles. So if you're going to attack a castle or a fortress or anything like that, you're going to want pikemen to do that.
Bring your pikemen.
And I'm telling they're great, and then archers are good against them, and they're good against pikemen are good against cavalry.
It's like archers are good against fly. Like it's flying and obviously long range.
You have all of these different strengths and weaknesses. I think they do a really good job of balancing that. I also think that I'm not very good at these types of games.
But this isn't as. Is this more or less complicated than? I mean, even like Mario and Rabbids.
Oh, much more complicated than Rabbids.
All right.
This game is... So I've died twice, and I'm only in the first world. And I've seen people online being like, is this game supposed to get hard? And I'm like, bitch, it is hard. Like...
You just... I mean, you don't have to worry. Like, Fire Emblem, just quit.
Well, you don't have permadeath.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it's if you die, you lose that round, and you just come back and try
Some
again.
people just don't. Like, there's times where,
mean-
like, I don't want anybody to die at all because I don't want to lose the cost.
Oh yeah, these
Disposable.
yeah, they're all
Fuck 'em.
everyone's disposable except for your main character.
Yeah.
who she is like the princess, and she's extraordinarily strong.
Yeah.
But then you can also get other hero characters that I haven't unlocked yet, but I know
special
of.
character. Yeah.
Like the wolf, there's a wolf with armor and stuff.
That's a dog. Caesar.
Wow.
Her pet.
Yeah.
Who's the goodest boy. He is just the
really?
best. Yeah,
he's
you're like having this really serious conversation, like,
Ruined by a dog.
and then the dog is just sitting there and he like rolls around on his back, or he's like sniffing around. I'm like, oh, that's fucking, like, the animations for Caesar are awesome. Fuck you.
no. I mean, I love
sure,
it. This game is great.
Brennan hates dogs more than he hates Sandra Bullock.
That's not
Or
true.
women.
Nothing. I hate nothing
This is
more.
strike 3 for you.
Sorry, Sandra, if you're listening.
I
But
don't know if that's true.
I-
I could think of one person you might.
Do you like Wargroove more than I?
yeah,
I feel like this is more.
Yeah,
way
well,
more,
because I don't know. I just
Are you further than him?
no, I'm not. So it might get harder, but I don't think that's gonna deter me. It's like I enjoyed Advance Wars so much, and then there wasn't a game like it for what 18 years.
It's Fire
Right.
Emblem.
Yeah, Fire
And I
Emblem's-
guess I never got into the Fire Emblem stuff, which
It's fantasy.
maybe that's on you.
There's well,
Wow.
That's on me,
yeah,
yeah.
but you don't put like XComs. It's just
No.
not tanks. It's just a person to person.
but
To
I
be
would
fair,
play
though-
XComs.
To be fair, I feel like Advance Wars.
No, it's unique and it's
Yeah, it's kind of like that Kingdom Hearts, right? Where Kingdom Hearts, it feels like a Kingdom Hearts game. There are others that do it similar, but like this is, it's Advance Wars.
It could be a sequel.
yeah, or a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really they do
a good
they
job
do a
of-
really good job.
Even the color scheme is like very, very similar.
Yeah, the color scheme, the art style,
Yeah.
everything. It's
It's not made by.
No.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you who Advanced Wars is made by.
Intelligent Systems.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
They are not making Advance Wars, but
They should.
I
they
feel
should
like-
if this
Well,
kicks
they
in.
should be working on Paper Mario like they used to.
yeah, I like that you enjoy this game, because the moment I saw it, I was like, I know Brandon will like this game. I don't know if he'll like stick with it, but I'm interested to see if this is something that you'll like kind of stick
Yeah.
around for.
It's it's simple to pick up, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
You do a map and then you're done, and you can just say, all right, I'm just gonna do that for now.
Well, I don't know if Advanced Wars had the same. I mean, even XCOM had this problem. It's like once you start that like battle, like they're long.
They can be, yeah.
These ones aren't super long.
All right.
They're not super long. I think the longest I've done is like 15
Oh, it's
minutes.
it's not
or so.
bad.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I mean, it might take long for me because I do like sort of entrenching my position and sort of making sure, like, if one half the map is mine, I make sure that's sort of defended completely until I move troops forward into the
Very
other section.
methodic.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's what you kind of got to do.
No, people do. I mean, they view it as a chess.
Yeah.
Like
It
they'll
is in
take-
a way, yeah.
I would say that this game is very reminiscent of chess, and a bunch of different pieces work better against other things. But I think I'm more of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of guy, and I'm just like, all right, soldiers, let's fucking roll out, let's do this.
fucking YOLO.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that was a mistake.
Yeah,
But
Pikeman.
each I wanted to talk about the heroes. Each hero has a like a unique ability. So right now I have it's called your war groove or your groove or whatever, and the woman, the princess, I forget her name, Mercia maybe.
Yeah, Mercia, yeah.
She
has a healing ability, so she can heal like
a group of
well, it's the area, and you heal up like 50% you're like yourself by 50%, and then everyone around you by like 40 or 30% or whatever.
And that's the problem I think I'm gonna have with this is the hero's abilities, like a meteor strike, like justice raining from above. Like
Justice reign supreme.
Yeah,
it's gonna bother me because I feel like the abilities, if they're not sort of
rained
balanced well, it could like just destroy any
yeah
strategy
any
you have,
any strategy that
like
you have.
destroy all villages you have, right? Like just stuff like that.
That'd be kind of crazy, but
There's
yeah.
One thing I don't like, and I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but if you go up to an enemy's fortress or like a compound or whatever, and you completely take out the health system, like their health bar,
Yeah,
you don't automatically capture it. You have to then
I
move
noticed that. Yeah,
a unit.
another unit to that. So, for example, Anthony, let's say you and I are facing each other, and I take out one of yours,
but you forget to.
but I maybe that on my last piece I do that, and then the next turn you just go right back in, it's like, what's the point? What was the fucking point of me doing
Fire
that?
Emblem also
I mean,
did that.
That's so annoying.
And
it's
then
like
if you didn't take it, they gain reinforcements.
if
and you're
my
like, oh,
if my
shit.
character takes it over, like have that character automatically move in there.
Well, it's actually a good strategy too, because when I attacked those fortresses, I used my weaker characters, so like characters that have been damaged, so like characters at 50% health
Yeah.
or 40% health, to weaken the fortress,
Sick in the
so I can
ugly.
either put a full health in there, which but I usually don't put the full health in there. I usually put a weaker character in there, and even if the enemy takes it over again, it's resources the enemy's gonna have to take to retake that fortress back and forth.
I see what you're saying.
So
Maybe that's why I'm fucking terrible at the game. Just maybe.
Just key strategies from previous like games that take that you have to learn from.
So I don't know. I'm really enjoying my time with it. It's one of those games that I can absolutely see myself playing. Like, all right, I've got like 20 minutes. Let's play this. Let's fool around with this.
But that
Let's
was
see how we
Rabbit.
do.
That was like you said. It was like I got 20 minutes to kill here. Let me just do one map real quick
Yeah.
and then put it down and then.
also Final Fantasy Tactics, right? That was very
Very
similar.
similar.
Well, let's not. bring
It's
up
similar
tactics.
to Tactics. I love Tactics.
Yeah, I enjoy that game as well.
Of course you did.
Well, it's the same
You
premise.
hate Sandra Bullock. You love tactics. That's all I need to hear.
He also hates dogs
I don't
Yeah.
hate dogs. Don't put that.
out in the ether.
Yeah,
Jason
Okay.
Mraz.
because then I'm gonna get tweets like, "Oh, dogs are great. What's your problem?"
Yeah, you will get a lot of
Yeah.
backlash.
I'll
for
name
that.
my dog Sandra Bullock.
That's perfect. My next dog is going to be called Sandra Bullock. Fuck you,
I
Brandon.
probably hate that dog though.
That's fine.
It's not nice.
Are you playing anything else, or is it just Wargroove?
Well, I finished something I've been waiting to finish for a long time.
I want to hear this.
All right, let's talk about
I
this.
talked about it a little bit last week. Last week I finished Arthur's story, so I don't know if we,
Full-blown spoilers here
Yeah.
for the next probably 5 to 10 minutes
and
on
This-
Red Dead 2, by
Red
the way.
Dead, yeah, RD
R2.
R2. I finally finished it. Credits rolled.
Go
Boom.
ahead. Just tell me. You
Yeah.
can say it.
So,
Oh,
so thinking about it, I feel like
Can you hear?
so I know what you're
don't worry.
saying. Arthur's story gave you much more freedom. It didn't feel as cohesive as John's story.
Well, John, you get nothing. You're like, hey, fucking work on this ranch, and you just lost all your money, all your guns. My
thought it
horse
was
is
great.
fucking dead.
I thought that was very enjoyable. The scene of you just building the farm, that was it
John
was
is not Arthur.
no.
Anthony, you're not going to win this argument with Anthony. I think John is a better character than Arthur is.
We have more history with John. That's why.
Yeah, well,
Well,
duh.
I didn't play one.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
your
think
that's your problem.
I still, even if I play, I still think Arthur would be the better.
no.
He's like traditional cowboy. Like it doesn't get any more cowboys than Arthur.
Yeah.
Besides maybe Dutch, but we know what happened.
I think
John's
there's-
just
I think
fly
there's-
by cowboy. Like I'm gonna do it for fucking a week and just got roped into this shit.
That's the thing, right? Like you don't know John's story. You just
Yeah.
know his origins.
I only know now that he's doing it for Arthur.
But the whole point of the entire story is that Arthur sacrifices
Correct.
for John to have a regular life.
Correct. It was a good. Don't get me wrong. I like that moment, but like,
Yeah.
remember, like that's what made Arthur better. Like he was like,
His sacrifice.
yeah, like the downfall of Arthur. And then like
Are we
his.
talking Creed?
Yeah.
Well, both characters sacrifice though.
Well, he doesn't know. He doesn't know the ending.
Oh.
Do you know the ending of one?
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Yeah. You,
I know.
yeah.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't matter anyway.
right.
I can,
And
I can spoil it for you if you want.
I thought
I played one.
one's ending was better.
I agree.
I honestly do. I think one sort of just it was reaching to a certain point.
It came
and
to a
then-
beautiful
Are
sunset.
you
then,
talking?
yeah.
So one's also prologue and or like ending or the prologue of what you do after.
No, there's no pro. Well,
Epilogue,
Yeah.
you're
epi-
thinking.
yeah.
I thought
fault.
to be honest with you, so
Because I don't like the epilogue of one.
I think
I don't either. I think the Jack part is hammed in there.
Yeah. All right. I was gonna say.
I
but-
disagree. I think that because it comes full circle where
John does it with Arthur.
Yeah, but the whole point is John doesn't want his son to be.
that is the whole
The
point of
point-
the overarching thing.
and
It's the
Arthur
person that comes
doesn't-
before
yeah.
wants a better life for the next person.
Arthur tells
And
it to
that-
John, and
it
then
doesn't
John does the
happen.
That is a
yeah.
full circle sort of situation.
Yeah.
I
I
can see
get
it.
it. I got the whole. I just
And then like you think originally Dutch wants a better life for
yeah.
Hosea and Arthur, and
Yeah.
guess what happens? They don't get it, and then they die.
and then you got that
And
ending.
then right on down
It's
the line.
It's a very cynical sort of.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing,
Yeah.
amazing storytelling. I think it's a
So-
great story.
So I didn't see like I haven't one. I don't know what Jack's
Epilogue is?
Yeah.
He kills Agent Ross.
No, but I meant like
Oh.
with John. I like the whole he marries Abigail. Like you got a different, more
It's bittersweet.
cinematic. Yeah. So like I said, I don't know if that happened with.
No, Jack's epilogue, when you play as Jack a grown-up Jack in 1,
You hunt down.
you hunt down your father's killers.
Yeah.
And that's really the end of it.
Yeah, it's kind of, I would say maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours.
This one's a lot longer.
Yeah.
What I was looking for from you, Brandon, was Brian, you were right.
Well, I to be honest with you, I forget
You've
what
heard
you
that a
said.
lot,
You said
though.
you
I
said it was
mean,
like
do you
this
need
very
more of that?
eye-opening experience.
No, what I was saying is that you'll like the epilogue a hell of a lot more than the main story, and the nostalgia that you'll feel once you finish it is way better than any nostalgia you'll have playing through the main Arthur.
They feel like
storyline,
two different games, to be quite honest with you.
right? It
They-
feels
they
like
do, yeah.
feels like a DLC for 1.
Yeah, yeah. And to be honest with you, I didn't like when they showed you pictures of the different characters and their fates
Oh, at the
as
end
the
of-
credits rolled.
yeah.
I would want a much more sort of intimate.
You can
Sort
you
of.
can I don't you can go back and see.
You can see Pearson, and you
And
can. I think you can find Mary Beth.
And depending on what you're, if you're good or bad, you have a different conversation with Pearson, I believe. So
Well, yeah. I didn't also explore with John too much. I just was kind of just
straight to the.
need to get there. Yeah. But I got another save, so I'll probably do that with that. Yeah, it's just an all-around good game. I think both the main story and the epilogue give you different things to do. Like, Arthur's story is Arthur's story, and there's much more freedom, and it feels longer. And the thing that proved it to me was the music. There's a lot more of the game's music in the epilogue than there is in Arthur's, and I can understand that because there's not that cinematic sort of.
You're gonna tell me
Cues.
when you rode into Blackwater for the first time.
Yeah, that was a great song. It was very reminiscent of the first one when
Yeah.
you're going to Mexico or you're going back to your ranch.
And you're like, holy shit, everything is the same. It's
Oh, yeah, it looks-
perfect.
yeah.
graphics.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I was just like, holy shit, there's the church is on my right. Here
That
we go.
was-
We're going right into Blackwater.
Not playing this, but I do. The best part of it was because I was playing with John at the time. Is going to like Tumbleweed, because like that town, like when you go into the other part of the map, it's like Southern. It's not really like traditional cowboy, and like you walk through the double doors like of the
Yep.
saloon in there, and then like you're like, holy shit, this actually does feel.
I'm really hoping for a remake of 1 as like either a DLC or like a $40 add-on, like expansion pack. I would really love
That'd
a
be
remake
interesting.
because all of that area is redone. It's like, why do you have this gigantic location when you didn't do anything with it?
Oh yeah, that's what.
Like
Yeah.
you can, though, almost all of 1 is in 2, right? Almost all of it.
It's the same.
all of it. All of 1 is in 2.
Is Mexico is
yeah, you
down?
can go to Mexico.
Really?
You can hunt panthers and stuff, yeah.
Oh, I didn't go down there, but that's cool. I didn't know that. But like and there was a glitch.
legendary.
There was a glitch of where someone's playing as John, and he goes into the police station, and he starts talking, but it's a grown-up Jack voice.
Yeah.
It's not John's
it's
voice.
not,
It's a grown-up Jack's voice. So someone thinks that it's somewhere in the code, that
that they're gonna do
they're
something.
going to
down
do
the future.
something in the future.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Rockstar is done with Red Dead Redemption. They've sort of,
Well, we've talked about this off air. Where what do you
do you
do
think
from
you-
now?
yeah.
Because this first game takes place in 1911, and then like 7 years later, it's 1918 after the epilogue. Where do you go from that? It's now you're into mafia, right?
Yeah,
Now
you-
you're in 1920s.
you should do a prequel.
Well,
a prequel.
I mean,
yeah, you just have to keep going backwards.
there is a resurgence of cowboys within, like, I mean, if you're talking like historical wise, the 50s. I mean, that's what cowboy. Like, it's where Clint Eastwood, got all like he did the movies on it and stuff like that. So you could do something.
Yeah,
they're
but
not
that's-
real. Like I know they're
yeah.
not real.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't the like this is the expansion, but you don't have a big gap.
I think my thing is, how do you improve upon this? Like, what story is left to be told?
Well, you could tell the story of a young Arthur and Dutch
Sure.
and Hosea.
Yeah.
You could do that gang. You could keep going back, and that's the only way to.
you could-
Would you
Yeah.
play as Dutch? Would you
continue.
play as Dutch though?
I just figured you wouldn't even do the.
Yeah.
You just do a whole new.
Right.
or you could
Or a
do
different
just
dude,
like,
Yeah.
different dude entirely.
yeah. I mean, you could do, or you could play as Dutch and O'Driscoll, right? 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
they were buds,
They're
That would
best
be
buds
fun.
until
That would be fun.
right?
until a lady got
you
involved.
could do that. You could absolutely do
To
that,
watch
and
them
then
hang.
you have young Hosea and young John Arthur.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh shit, like, cause you had that moment with John
Mm-hmm.
and Abigail and Jack. You were like, I know all these people, and I know Bill, and I know Javier. Like, I know
It
these
would be
characters.
interesting 'cause-
it would be interesting to go back, play as Dutch, or maybe you didn't play as Dutch. Maybe you play as the O'Driscoll. What's his name?
Comb.
Combe O'Driscoll. Maybe you play as Combe, right? And then Dutch is in your gang, and then you end up.
You have to pick a side. I was gonna say it'd be interesting if they make you like do the split, and like you can do. If you pick a side, you can then play as the characters from Dutch's camp or the O'Driscoll camp.
That would be great. Very similar to like GTA 5, right? Where it's just like you're playing as 3 different
Oh, yeah.
protagonists. You play as 2. You play as Dutch and Combe, and then at one point it's like, whose side do you take? And then you kind of go from there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
I mean,
actually.
Because then you get 2 different like game.
you can
storylines.
play it again and
Yeah.
then get.
I mean, you guys know I would love another Red Dead Redemption game,
We do
but
Not for another 20 years.
but there's something to be said with
millions of hours.
trying to do it is going to hurt sort of the artistic vision of these games,
I
and they
agree.
kind of stand the test of time, and they are what they are.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't
Yeah.
think that they need to make a sequel.
You know.
I think it would be dumb for them not
To
to,
ru-
make a Red Dead
Sure.
Redemption 3.
Yeah.
Right. I think that
To end it,
it'll
yeah,
sell.
it's-
It really all depends, I think, creative wise, like how they implement it. I don't think there'll ever be an issue with selling,
No.
or getting funding or anything like that. I think that it's, like you said, more of the creative side of how do you continue the story.
What I would like to see is more developers making Western games or games set in the West.
I think that it's such a daunting task that
Well,
people don't wanna-
comparatively, yeah. It's
yeah,
just like,
people don't want to fuck with that.
but like, imagine first-person shooters in Wild West settings. Imagine like all this stuff. I mean, it's
We played one, I think.
just
PAX
like
last year.
just like movies.
Well, Call of Juarez was a series that
Yeah, and Gun, of
Told
course,
you, just
And
west
of
of
course,
the best Western game of all time.
west of Loathing.
Yep.
But like
West of Loathing.
just like World War II shooters or something.
No,
I think
I-
Westerns
I think-
tapped. You can tap into that market.
Yeah, I agree.
No,
but
so-
again, like anytime you make a Western game, someone's going to compare it to Red Dead, and then it's not going to be as good, unfortunately. But
The world may never know.
you have anything else that you played?
No.
Okay, Anthony, you said nothing, right?
I did. I had one more. I did play Jump Force.
Oh, wait, is that out? I thought that came out tomorrow.
It's only out if you got the Ultimate Edition.
Okay.
So I did pick that up.
Yeah.
I picked it up. It came out Tuesday.
Mhm.
So I got to play it before it's released on Friday.
And this is basically
Sure.
anime Smash Brothers.
Yeah, it's Chauvin Jump's 50th anniversary of producing animes and mangas.
They were around since 1969.
I believe so.
Okay.
Well,
So
if it's the 50th anniversary,
I'm not
then
doing the math,
probably.
yeah.
Well, you just don't think. I don't think of anime that being that old. I
In
guess.
Japan, it's
Yeah,
Very old.
Manga?
manga.
Manga's been
Like
around.
Akira came out like in the 80s, right?
What?
Anyways,
It's like
Anthony. So
Keurig?
Jump Force.
What?
What is Jump Force for us laymen's that have no idea what the hell it is?
It took all the main characters from the past 50 years of mangas and then
Mm-hmm.
just put them into one fighting game with this original story and, actually, you make your own character, but other than that, just original story.
Is it a fighting game like side scroll, like a 2D plane, or like 3D?
3D plane. So it has the same kind of, like, you can move around kind of in the open world and
Mm-hmm.
there's stuff on the map that kind of, I think, gets in the way and stuff like that.
Okay, I've seen that this game hasn't been getting great reviews.
No. So I'm...
Where does Anthony's opinion lie on this?
Yeah, it's not worth. Look, so I'll start off with no American voice acting. This is a
Okay.
huge fucking.
A huge game.
Yeah, like
no-
big game. You put no.
It's
no-
it's all
it's-
subtitles.
It's
and
all
then-
subtitles.
Okay.
Not looking to read, to be honest with you. It's looking to hear some sweet.
Not even like Goku.
No, nobody. It's all Japanese,
Okay.
which I was correct. I was kind of shocked. Like I said, big budget. They hyped it up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No American voice actors.
Especially to have did it release in Japan early?
No, it's
No,
the same.
So it's the same-
standard,
Yeah.
And they're okay. Yeah.
It's a little weird. It's
That's a huge, like I said, huge disappointment. I know one of the main gripes of people kind of arguing is who has the better voice acting cast.
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
Like obviously it might be biased being American, but there are actually certain like Chris Sabat is a better. I mean, like
Yeah.
the Goku
He's-
and Vegeta
yeah.
for America are better than the Japanese.
Now,
Well, he
like-
does Vegeta's voice, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
was it artistic choice?
I have no
By the
idea out
creators?
of money, but why they created this?
No, like an artistic.
Like why they didn't include.
Yeah, I have
Because
no,
it's about Japanese manga, so you figure it'd just be like, well, that's just
that's just what it is.
maintained to the
It's-
source material.
It's got to be just a money thing. But
Yeah.
like you got to remember how many characters they like. It's 50
Well-
they start off with.
Okay, so
And
like who's in this?
It's 4 from DBZ, 4 from Naruto,
Okay.
4 from One Piece, and then subsequently it has like 1 or 2 from other ones that aren't as big.
Mm-hmm.
But its main focus is the major 4. But you, like I said, you still got to remember you're paying.
Where does FLCL fall into this?
It's not even close. Not even close.
Game's a piece of
One
shit.
Spike's in there.
One Punch Man's in this.
No, he's not.
Really?
No. One Punch Man, he's in showing it, but it's all like I said. There's future. They do have other characters.
Okay.
One Punch Man is actually not as popular as you might think it is. I mean, it's big, but compared to others,
Like,
Compared to Goku, it's
it's
well, it's a huge
something.
mark in
I mean, it's
Japan,
just-
right? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like I said, it's 50 years of characters you could take from. So choice selection completely up to them. I found some of them kind of weird because I think the guy from Dragon Quest is in there.
okay.
Okay.
I don't know why they threw him in there, but shocking to see some of the other characters like Rurouni Kenshin, stuff like that. I was excited for. Some of them do play very well. Some play better than others, which also is kind of a problem.
Gotcha.
Who do you play as?
My
do you like?
character that I custom made, but who do I think is the best character to play as is probably Ichigo from Bleach.
Okay. The guy with the
It's the swords, and he looks, yeah.
he has bleached hair.
But
that's what they
going on what the downside to it was, the animations are fucking terrible.
Really?
Yeah, like really bad.
It's not what you want from an animation game.
No, not at all.
That's a good point.
Stories, I mean, it's typical. They had nothing over the top. The character design was done by the guy who did Dragon Ball, so like it's good character design. The actual combat it's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's got a few kinks to work out, some balances, not terrible, but everything else isn't. Like I said, the lack of voice acting cast, the animations are kind of terrible, and the story's
So
kind of bland. So I would not actually recommend this.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, super excited for it. Didn't turn out to be.
You get the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, what good does that do me if
Yeah.
I
You know
know.
what's
I know. Yeah.
with all the games that are coming out tomorrow? So like,
it's Far Cry?
Far Cry comes out tomorrow. Crackdown 3 comes out tomorrow.
Shit.
One Jump piece. What is this called? Jump Force.
Jump Force.
Jump Force comes out tomorrow, and Metro Exodus comes out tomorrow.
Holy
and
shit.
Metro is the one that's scoring the best because apparently Far Cry is just like ugh, whatever, and Crackdown 3 is real bad.
Really?
It's
Oh,
getting
who would've thunk that?
They said that
getting
was
like
bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you know,
It's only-
I'm gonna get it for free. I'm gonna still try it out.
You
But
tell me Terry Crews didn't save it?
hey, Terry Crews can save Old Spice commercials. He could save Crackdown.
know.
I saved a lot of other stuff.
But
I'm so.
with that, I'll be playing that this weekend. But the last game that I want to talk about before we move on to the Activision Blizzard story is I got invited to play the Division 2 beta, the private beta, and
how'd you bribe him this time?
sexual favors.
Valentine's
mostly.
Day.
So
okay.
Valentine's Day.
Everyone needs love.
So for those of you that don't know, the Division 2 takes place in DC instead of snowy New York. Now it's the summer in DC. So you're gonna get really cool locales and monuments that you can check out and things like that. And I forgot how much I love being able to just go into any building. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Did you play the first
no, but I
division?
heard it was
I
actually.
remember we played a lot.
So in the first division, you can kind of go into random buildings
Yeah.
and find these things called echoes, and they're small side stories that
of people's.
of people, like what happened to just random people. It's not like it's part of the main story. You absolutely do not have to do it, but you can just walk into a building, start scavenging for stuff, and then you find a little voice recorder thing and you pick it up, and it's like something happened here. And so you're kind of piecing together like Batman Arkham style, where you're like piecing together what happened, and then you're like, oh shit, and you just learn the story of those people, and that's it. And I love that about this game. They do great storytelling and world building in the Division lore. But in this game, it seems like there's, DC's overrun by
I'm
these
assuming it's
dickhead human
I figured
gangs.
it's the same thing as one. It's just set in a different location. So it's,
Let me just tell you, Ant, you are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
That's
what I was
more of the
thinking.
same.
Because this is the first one. That's when I picked up the Xbox, and it was the Division bundle.
Yep.
And we thought the Division
That's
was
what
going to be a
sold you?
thing. No. It was just I wanted to buy an Xbox, and the Division
You
was
said,
cool.
all right.
And it was, frankly, it was the coolest one out of what else
Whatever
was
was
it?
coolest, yeah, it
well,
doesn't
that's
matter.
not saying.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like playing through it, I just like you're running down the streets, cover. It's not doing anything new. Is really what's kind of making me go like, oh, all right. It's just
It's still taking-
it's a cover-based shooter that does, it's like Borderlands meets Gears of War.
But they've been doing it for they've had the same kind of
Well-
shooting mechanic. I mean, it's like the whole they were before Call of Duty.
No, the Division.
Well,
No,
it's
he's talking about Tom Clancy.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
they've just subsequently done different variations. I know the Dark
Yeah,
Zone
no,
was
I
like
see
this.
what you. I didn't even go into the Dark Zone because the Dark Zone
did.
in the first one, I was just like, fuck this.
Of what? Yeah, the
It
problem
was boring.
Yeah,
It's just
so-
like, oh,
A lot of backstabbing.
Okay, let's go.
I
Come
heard.
on.
So, I mean,
didn't.
this game, I think is one, it looks great. Two, it plays great. It's just it doesn't do anything new for me. It was just like, hey, go over here, escort these people, help these people out, go find me supplies, and I'm
that
like,
guy.
all right, yeah, exactly. So I mean, I enjoyed playing it for the 2 hours I spent with it,
But you
but
wouldn't pick this.
I'm not going to pick this up. I just remember enjoying
Just kind
the.
of pop in the first one. Just if
I
that
enjoyed
counts.
the first one. I got to like level 15 and then I just stopped. And I think if I picked this up and I played it with friends, I would probably get to about level 12, level 15 and stop.
no, I'm sorry. The way you're describing that was from the scene was super bad. So he leapt over the counter, felt you up. No, he didn't.
So he punched this gentleman, leapt over the counter, felt you
yeah.
up. No, he didn't
No,
feel
he-
me.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
how'd
he
it go
was
down?
Eminem. A white male. Okay. This is.
We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. But yeah, it's really if you like those type of games, and that's not a negative thing. I have a bunch of friends that love Destiny. They're pumped for Anthem. They're pumped for the Division. That's their jam, and cool. Like they like that loot grind.
It
Great.
definitely
It's just not
seems
for
like
me.
the whole split between it's now do you battle royale or you go back to traditional Call of Duty. It's just that whole because if they don't add it, battle royale is not added in the Division. It's just same.
I think you get that continuous grinding for loot,
Yeah.
type of thing.
And
So-
it's fun when you're playing with people, but aside from that, there's no reason to really grind, right? It's not like you get
Well, there's-
it-
you get better, but
There
you don't
is,
get
because Destiny didn't have that. You don't have to. It's got that. 2 had the balance of you don't have to play with
Yeah.
friends. It helps out, but the grind is still there. Where you aren't getting screwed over by other people. The scene, the story's still there. You can do other stuff that doesn't require.
Yeah.
You make friends online specifically for this type of.
well,
stuff.
actually, yeah. What I found with the Division is you need people to play.
yeah.
But I assume-
Otherwise, it doesn't feel.
But I assume with Division, their goal would be you meet new people trying to do something together. It's kind of like Destiny's you team up with a bunch of randos to take down a boss, and then
Yeah,
you every night you do the same.
it's
kind
much
of-
more a community. I think that's what you're saying, right?
Well, what it's trying to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I just never get that
everything's
sense of
fun
it.
with friends. I mean,
Yeah, everything's
'cause
more
you
fun
know
with
'em.
friends, yeah.
It just felt sparse to me.
you
right?
drop the
it
loot
felt
in
like
the water.
this
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic place, and you're just shooting bad guys, and it's just I don't know.
It feels the same.
Yeah,
It feels absolutely the
you
same.
just gotta play Crackdown. I'm sure it's gonna be better.
No,
No
I'll
one's spending money.
I'll play Crackdown for a little bit and go, wow, this is bad, like everyone else was
Got
saying.
cloud blowing up things. So.
It doesn't look that good. But before we sign off, we want to talk a little bit about the Activision Blizzard layoffs. So they were saying there was rumors for the past month, really.
Which actually employees kind of knew. They
Yeah,
said.
it was just this dark cloud that was hanging over employees, right? Where it's just they knew it was coming, and it was 8% of the company, which is roughly 800 people.
It's 9,000 people.
Yeah, so there's 9,600 employees, which would mean 800 people are now out of work. I would highly recommend going over to Kotaku.com and checking out Jason Schreier's story on it. That's where I'm getting this from. So apparently the afternoon of February 11th, the publisher began notifying all of the employees that have been laying off across its various organizations, including Activision, Blizzard, and King. On an earnings call, the CEO, Bobby Kotick, told investors that the company, quote, once again achieved record results in 2018, but the company would be consolidating and restructuring because of the missed expectations of 2018 and lowered expectations of 2019. The company said it would be cutting mainly non-game development departments and bolstering its development staff for franchises like Call of Duty and Diablo. So this means writers, PR people.
It could be anybody.
It was a lot of people that basically weren't development, which is really shitty to say that, hey, we fucking
when we
crushed.
need you the most.
Well, the big thing that pisses me off is they achieved record results in 2018, but now we're consolidating and restructuring and getting rid of all of these people. I mean, at the end of the day, I understand it's a business. And
It sounds like a lie, though.
yeah, well, from what I've seen and what employees have been reporting is that they didn't want investors and they didn't want their stock price to drop.
That's exactly what.
So that's why they didn't tell anybody. They were like, we're having record success. We're doing all this great stuff. And then they...
Yeah, because they want the stock price to drop.
Exactly. That's what a lot of employees were saying and
Which
reporting.
is good for the employees, right? Get stocks.
If they have stocks, yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's possible.
So
I
you
don't know.
invested in
I don't
a
know.
company you just got fired from. Do you then resell the stock immediately to get your money?
I don't know what you do.
I don't know what you do, Anthony. I
You're
don't
like,
play the
"Fuck
stock
this,
market.
Lizzie, fuck
Yeah.
this game.
Or work for a publicly traded company.
Yeah, I don't work. But if you want to read the full article, go over to Kotaku, obviously, and read Jason's full thing. But I think that it's one of those things where it's 800 people that are out of work that now no longer have incomes. They have families. They have plans. They have all of these things that they have lives that are not ruined, but essentially are
Snag. It's
a huge thing, and it's not like a studio shutdown of 40 people. It's 800 people.
Yeah.
Now those 800 people have to try and go find jobs elsewhere in the gaming industry. You know what I mean? And then if not in the gaming industry, maybe writers, creative writers can go and do other things, but like you're really that's where your market is. And now are there 800 jobs available?
the best part of the community is a lot of people from other companies just post job openings.
Oh yeah, that was a huge thing. It was like, hey, we're hiring. Hey, we're hiring. So I mean, obviously, my thoughts are those people that have families, or even if they don't have families, it's like, now I don't have a job. Now I have to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do until I find something that pays me money so I can live.
Collect unemployment.
Maybe,
That's-
yeah.
I don't know if they fight it, so technically if you're laid off, I don't believe.
I think if you're laid off, you can. I'm not sure.
Yeah, if you're
Either
laid
way,
off, yeah.
but
It can't be easy getting a job in gaming.
Well, I hear
Even
it's
if
I hear
there's-
it's a very rough industry to get into.
Yeah.
And
Especially
then
even in California, where I'm
you're
sure it's very.
why we're here.
disposable.
Yeah.
Dime a dozen.
Although, I mean,
sucks.
I've heard a lot of people saying, this is why the gaming industry should have unions. I'm not going to touch that subject, but I think that if it helps developers and people at the bottom kind of help them live and kind of fuck over the
It's pluses.
big guys that are still getting bonuses.
It'd be pluses and minuses. I'm sure it'd hurt the indies.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
smaller
that's probably
companies.
exactly what happened, to be honest with you.
Or
Could.
you could find a resurgence in indies, right? Where they're like, hey, we got laid off of Activision Blizzard. Now we want to make our own game. Well, here's a Kickstarter. Boom.
Check it out. I mean, sure. I mean, the benefit would be they're not game developers, but writers as people looking for. But if you start your own company from there, then
Yeah. So
I just feel like we keep hearing stories about this, like companies just either shutting down or getting bought out, or
shutting
and then laying off a bunch of people.
he said the worst, the one that did a Wolf.
Telltale.
Yeah,
That was
like
really
that.
bad.
That was an actual close. But they didn't. They actually closed. Like you said, like Blizzard made record money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
I mean,
shitty part is that they made record, they've broken records in 2018, and now they're like, but we didn't meet our expectations. So
I remember
we're gonna
liking
fire all
like
these
a
people,
guy
or,
point like the Miyamoto. He relinked the whole the Miyamoto, not Miyamoto, Wada where he took a pay cut and kept his people.
Yeah.
Even when like the Wii U was tanking.
Yeah.
Because like Nintendo had the money, it'd be
There
a
was
shitty move. It's just like Blizzard has the money.
I think it's Iwata that said, like, how can you have a happy company or a successful company if they know that they're going to get fired once this game is done. So the idea was, like, sure, the game is going to be done, finished, we're going to ship it out, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. A lot of companies finish a game, restructure and get rid of everybody, because then you're paying all these people to not really do anything for 6 to 9 months until you start developing. So it's a really shitty industry, it seems like.
Yeah.
But
Work for Nintendo.
yeah. But we don't really have anything else news-wise. Let's just fucking finish this. We're done with this.
Wow.
We're done with episode 4 of the Dirty Water Gamescast. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Let us know what you thought of the Nintendo Direct, what you're most excited for in the upcoming months or the year. For me, it's Link's Awakening.
Really?
For
That shit-
Nintendo,
Link's Animal Crossing? Really?
I'm not a huge Animal Crossing guy.
Luigi's
to
Mansion 3.
be honest,
you can...
Even though Super Mario Maker doesn't outweigh.
No,
I
not
thought that's
even
what I
close.
thought when I
Wow.
saw Super Mario Maker 2. I was like,
Nah.
this is Brian
Nah.
all over.
No, most
Holy
people are like,
shit.
oh, he's the creative person. It's
Metroid
like,
Prime 4.
It's kind of your cup of tea.
yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe Dreams.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see Dreams. We'll see where that goes. But if you guys like what you heard and like what you saw, and why wouldn't you? Please go over to youtube.com/dirtywatergames or go over to twitch.tv/dirtywatergames. Follow us there. Subscribe to us on all social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that crap. But Twitter is definitely the best place to figure out what we're doing during the week. And for myself, I am at It's a Me BT. Brandon, you are
Bcox1776.
Anthony,
At Majin Erebus.
a God Mike back there,
At Steven_Sal.
and you can follow the podcast at Dirty Water Games. And thank you guys so much for watching and or listening on podcast services around the globe. We'll catch you guys next week on the Dirty Water Gamescast. That's a cute face, by the way.
I didn't know what you were doing.
I don't know.
I was like,
Waiting.
I thought he was gonna come in and just be like,